but the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back, they thought he was a goner, but the cat came back, he just wouldn't stay away.
You know the song, now meet the real cat that came back. Not the very next day, though. Bit of a journey. BooBoo went missing from her California home 4 years ago and turned up this month in a shelter in Guelph, Ontario. That's a journey of more than 4,000 kilometers. And now she's finally going home. So joining me from Watsonville, California is BooBoo's owner, Ashley Alleman. Ashley, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us on this. This is the story everybody's talking about today.
Good morning. Not a problem joining you. My pleasure.
So let's rewind a little bit because people will be shaking their heads and say, did you say 4 years, California to Ontario? Take us back to 4 years ago and what happened?
Well, about 4 years ago, she was always an indoor-outdoor cat. She loves to be outside soaking up the sun. She would go missing for about like a day normally because she would just like to wander around. But then it came to the point where it was about a week that went later, and we hadn't seen her food bowl touched, hadn't seen anything touched, and that's when we were like, okay, time to realize that we need to put on a little search party for her.
And after 4 years, what did you imagine had happened to her?
Well, I mean, our first guess is that they had found her and that she wasn't doing well and that she was either deceased or we were going to have to put her down. But no, the whole story flipped and she's perfectly healthy condition.
Any idea how she made it all the way from California to Guelph, Ontario? More than 4,000 kilometers? If only she could tell us, but what's your best guess?
I mean, she was known to getting into people's cars. That's something that she did fairly often. She hated when you left. So to me, it makes sense that she would have gotten into somebody's car. And then eventually along their road trip, they realized, oh my gosh, there's a cat in the car, and maybe let her go. And she just kept on her travels from wherever she was at.
So she ends up at an animal shelter. Again, not sure what happened in the 4 years in between, but when you get the call, all thanks to a microchip that tracked her to you, what was going through your mind?
Just completely amazed that it actually worked for one, because, you know, they do get put in them, but it's not a secure thing that it's always going to work. So with me, I was just like, oh my gosh, the chip works. This is amazing. Everybody needs to get their animals chipped because look at how much it saved my cat.
Yeah, that's the lesson here, isn't it? And good thing you were still, you know, at the same location. They were able to track you down. I know you've seen pictures of her. The big reunion comes tomorrow night, and she looks well, I gather. So I guess one of the theories is that somebody's been looking after her, right?
That's my theory.
So tell me, when this all happens tomorrow, first of all, walk us through how it's happening, because I know it's not you traveling, it's your mom. So what's the plan for the big reunion tomorrow?
Yes, so the big plan is that my mom's going to be traveling over there because I cannot take the time off work. So she's leaving tonight, traveling over there. She's meeting them tomorrow in Buffalo Airport to do the exchange at noon. She flies over here, arrives at 10:30. I pick her up at the airport, and we're just going to go home and spend some sweet time with her.
Lovely. So I guess the people from the shelter, I gather, are bringing her to Buffalo to meet your mom there. What do you think, how do you think you're going to feel? What's it going to be like when you get to see BooBoo again?
It's going to be very emotional. I've already told my husband I'm going to cry. You better expect it. Everybody better expect it, because after thinking that my cat was gone for 4 years, it's a huge emotional.
Oh, you know, I can imagine that it is. And you said that she was an indoor and an outdoor cat. Any plans to change that to indoor only going forward?
Oh, definitely. We've already started training our dogs so that way they know that they need to stay outside for a couple hours now that we closed the door.
Well, it's a wonderful story, and we'll have to check back with you, see how the reunion goes sometime. Good luck with it all, and thanks for joining us to tell us about it.
Thank you so much for having me.